Alright, welcome to another video on how to become a business consulting freelancer. So, in today's video, what I'm gonna do is to make a quick recap of the several models from this course that it was taught by Paul Mendes, the Zero to Mastery instructor. So, first we look at start building a freelance consulting career by looking at the fundamentals. So, what are the tasks that a consultant does? Which is conduct a research, analyze data, and then present results. And also, how consulting success looks like. That you have cash flow based on the value you provide to others, the flexibility that these lifestyles give you, because now you have much more control of how you can schedule your time, how you can allocate your time, flexibility, as well as security, because you can work with several clients from different companies that make you more resilient to economic downturn. So perhaps you can work for a client that is on the e-commerce ecosystem, as well as someone that is on the real estate, right? So I also look at how to earn the most for your consulting success and recommendations. Before craft an offer, Jesus, before craft an offer, it is important to identify a niche or starving niche. Okay, identify a starving niche that you have interest in, and then solely focus on over delivering value to the client. This is something that is widely communicated across several entrepreneurs, is to identify a starving market and then their pain points, and from there is going to provide and focus on that. So niche down, bro. That's all, right? Yes, this might work for your pers- for your profession. Okay, so niche down in your profession, not in your branding, which is something that I'm going to talk about that later. Again, all of these are set of layers, set of steps. You can think of that will gain you more and more perspective, so you can think like you are climbing a mountain, widely nauseous example used on the industry, but genuinely, because I start from the bottom of the valley, at the beach level or below the sea level, right? Then uh, I swim to the beach, and then I saw that mountain, and then started to scale that slowly. Uh, the whole point of this is to I dedicate time not only to the consulting, okay, but also to the financial aspect as well as the technology aspect, and that has given me is a little bit more perspective anytime that I learn more about this and the challenge that companies, governments, and entrepreneurs are facing, not only in the human sphere, okay, the competitors are they fair advantage or not, but also among in the nature and how the nature is actually the real oppressor. But in any case, so yeah, uh, this is how you can earn the most for your consulting. So you identify starving niche. Uh, Before crafting an offer, you identify a starving niche, and then, of course, a niche that you have something or you have interest in. Uh, you diagnose it is pain points, and then solely focus on overly providing value. That's all. Because no one is obligated to hire you, and it is your job and your job alone to hold into that specific niche and develop a rockstar solid offer backed by your reputation. So then I look at some productivity tips. Uh, Before that is some type of consulting projects that you can work with, whether it's a strategic, where you develop a roadmap to help a particular business to reach their goal, strategic, as well as the improvement, where now here you develop certain roadmap to improve specific business areas and implementation. So based on the strategic and the improvement recommendations you made, now it's time to put at practice. So this is the type of project that you can work. So for this client, he hired me. The, sorry. So this client actually hired me because he wants someone that can help them to fix and improve a Shopify app. Okay, so I identify his pain point in the type of project that I'm doing here. So even though that he hired me just only to make implementations, okay, or make some improvement, I provide them value with the strategic approach by creating and conducting the research uh, for their business. Okay, most and I see that most of the time, most or business owners or people on online platforms like Upwork or freelancers, they are looking at someone that can improve or fix their problems. But in reality, they're looking at someone that can strategically have a long-term vision of the project, and along the way develop a business relationship, which is something important. Which is This is part of this different topic that, as an entrepreneur or as someone that wants to be clear more about the reality of business, make sure it describe uh, and also create a long-term vision of this, is describing that kind of thing. So yeah, so this is the type of consulting projects you can work in. Uh, as I mentioned, strategic, improvement, and implementation. Okay, and also the tips to help you become much more productive, such as time blocking. Actually, that's something that helped me vastly here. So time blocking. Don't do multitasking. Stick to your schedule. This is something that recently I actually start to put at practice, and this is something that most of the time when you learn something, you need to recognize the distinction between knowledge and experience, knowledge and practice, knowledge and wisdom. So, in any case, some tips to help you improve your productivity: time blocking, don't do multitasking, stick to your schedule, find a way to get you into the zone, organize your desk, which is something that need to do that. You can organize your desk, and don't forget to take break. You know what? Now that I'm here, I'm going to put at practice what I have to do. Now I'm going to put at practice what I have to do. It's like, yeah, yeah. You talk about, yeah, yeah. You talk about that you have to do this, but if you don't do that, well, show, don't tell. period. Okay. Here, what we're gonna do is after I came here, I'm going to dedicate some fucking time to no, it's this to uh, organize bed. Period. Organize bed. Okay. Okay. And then stick to your calendar. Period. Good. So with this, all right. Uh, Again, this is some tips to help you boost your productivity, time blocking. Again, if that worked for you, that's great. In my case, of course, helped me vastly. Otherwise, I wouldn't be even able to record myself here. Okay, so time blocking. Don't do multitasking. Stick to your schedule. Organize your desk. Eliminate distractions. Find a way to get you into the zone, and don't forget to take breaks. So, how to use the Eisenhower matrix when it comes to decision matrix? Well, things that are important and urgent, do that today. Things that are important but not urgent, schedule. Things that are urgent but not important, delegate. And things that are not important and not urgent, don't even think about it. This is something that I continue to struggle, not anymore, because now I'm going to put that at practice. Okay, okay. Uh, so yeah, so this is the fundamentals of uh, as a consultant. All right. First, identify what are the tasks that a consultant does. Conduct a research, analyze data, and then present results, as well as uh, the different type of projects that a consultant can be involved, whether it's strategic, that outline a roadmap to help the business to reach their goal, short, mid, or long term, improvement to help them to reach or to solve some business operations issues, as well as implementation. It is time to put up practice what you have told. Okay. As well as how consulting success looks like. You have cash flow, flexibility, security, as well as how you get the most from your consulting and your suggestions, which is identify a starving niche and then diagnose their pain points and solely focus on providing value. Overly focus on overly providing value. Sorry. Solely focus on overly uh, solely on focus in providing value. So overly focus on providing value. Something they describe here. What do you say here? Analyze the rate. No, what is this? Uh, da, 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 da. Project example. Exactly. So focus solely on getting good at solving your client problems and over delivery on value, which is this. So then focus on getting good at solving your client problems and over delivering value. So the thing here is identify a starving niche, their pain points, and then providing solutions to them while focusing on over delivery of value. So in any case, to the TLDR is that niche down, bro. Niche down. So you can niche down for your profession, but not for your personal brand. Okay. So as I mentioned before, just to make a quick recap here on this first section, is to, well, what are the tasks that consulting does, how consulting success looks like, how to earn the most for your consulting, as well as type of projects that you can work with, strategic, improvement, implementation, and some tips that help you to be more productive. Time blocking, eliminate distractions, find a way to get you into the zone, stick to your calendar, clean and organize your desk, and don't forget to take breaks. Good, because with that, then when it comes to decision making, uh, use the Eisenhower for that, the Eisenhower matrix for that. Okay, so now that you know the fundamentals, all right, then the section two is, well, getting started as a freelance consulting career, which is first identify your strength and weaknesses. So capitalize is on your strength, things that you have experience, that you excel. Sorry, things that you have experience, that you excel at, uh, or you have interest in. Capitalize on that. Also identify your weakness and slowly down the line focus that uh, focus on that as well. But because you want to get started as a freelance consultant, you need to capitalize first on your strength. So there are several type of working styles you can do this, and that is, well, the one-on-one consultations or specialized service where you need to be the right guy to do the job or gal, uh, as well as training and teaching, when you can create several courses for that to others. And don't forget to protect your business at all costs because your reputation is everything here. So once you know this, the basics, it's important to, well, identify a niche, and that is, uh, it's a group of people. It's not a keyword that they have several features or characteristics. They have a large problem to solve. They actively looking for a solution. There are people that are willing to pay for the solution, and it must have something you have interest in. So in this case, right, uh, for my current client, I identified that niche, which is the Shopify app development. Okay, so this is a niche, as well as the problem that they wants to solve. That is sell more stuff and goods on different sales channels, whether it's uh, social media or yeah, whether it's social media or digital marketplace, as well as other places such as Google search or Walmart. Okay, so that's the pain point of this, is to sell more, or help small to mid business to sell through different sales channels. Okay, that's the long term goal here. Good. So there are people that actually is looking for a solution, which is my client right now. Uh, there are people that are willing to pay for that solution, which is the clients, as well as the that you must have something that you have that you must have something you must have You must have interest in that. It must have something you have interest in, like that. It must be something you have interest in. Well, in my case, because I have experience with web development and how you can create build all of these applications, yes, I now have is my strengths aligned to this particular platform, the Shopify. So to make a quick recap of this, right? The characteristic of a profitable niche is that yes, they have a large problem to solve. The large problem they want to solve is to sell for this client that hired me. So they want is to sell more ingredients to uh, users once they stumble upon with a particular recipe. Okay, so the one is to sell more ingredients to users across different sales channels, particularly right now through Google search. Okay, so they have this large problem to solve. uh, they actively looking for a solution, which is creating this app theme development, or this Shopify app theme extensions on the merchant store, so they can easily add this recipe, this shoppable SEO friendly recipe, sorry, to the merchant store, and improve and to make the user experience uh, fast when it comes to select the ingredient that it needs for that particular recipe, buy that, receive that, and it's a win-win situation. Okay, so uh, and they must be actively seeking for a solution. So Shopify actually is providing you several ways to do that. Even the client is actually doing that. Uh, However, the client is using some legacy code back for that moment, but now the entire ecosystem of Shopify is moving to a framework like React. This is more a technical aspect, but again, this align of they actually seeking for a solution. There are people that are willing to pay for the solution, the clients, uh, and that it must have something you have interest in. So I repeat this because it's important for me to recognize that, right? And when it comes to tell others about this, you need to align yourself with a niche, or choosing a profitable niche as well. Uh, it's also a way to help myself by helping others. So the mistake to avoid when choosing a niche is that you think you're gonna stick with that niche forever. You're targeting multiple niches at once. You're copying others, and you're not thinking it through. So next is, well, align yourself with an established platform. Okay, if we're not seen as more expert than our competition, then we will be viewed as one in the sea of many, and we will have little power in our relationship with our clients and prospects. So the whole idea is to try to stand out with that, stand out with your offer, uh, and by aligning yourself with a particular platform, allow you to do that. So one way to figuring out a particular platform is to do the reverse engineering process. And also mistake to avoid when choosing a particular platform, such as that you are going with a platform that is not in demand, or you're choosing multiple platforms at the same time, or going with a platform that you're not enjoying using. So once you identify a profitable niche and then align yourself with a platform, in my case with Node.js as a software developer, okay, uh, then keep in mind that the client is paying you for the value you provide, not how many hours you put in. And because of that, it's important to know how to create an offer and define a value statement that help you to simplify the fundamentals, the foundation of your offer. So the shorter the offer, the shorter your value statement, the better. So okay, uh, so once you do that, it's also important to understand the scope of the work, where by delivering or by developing clear deliverables, be huge in communication, as well as ask the client how success is going to be measured, are key points when you are developing or when you are understanding the scope of the work. And also remember that the whole goal of this, when it comes to price your hour, it is hourly or retainer, where the holy grail of this business is to have recurring clients, recurring revenue. So you want to escape from the clock as much as possible. And once you identify this, right? Uh, Understanding the scope of the works, as well as different way of you how you can price your offer, hourly or retain, as well as why retainer is so important, because you want to have recurring client, you want to escape from the clock. Well, it's important to recognize the offering, that a great offer is not only one single offering. In fact, it's a value ladder of offering. So Paul Mendes here described that, well, uh, here, don't take this value ladder uh, literally or exactly. Again, this can help you as a recipe. And from there, you're going to see what actually helps you in your consulting, right? So, okay. So the whole point of this value ladder is to first identify if your consultant, by providing you a consultation for free to understand and to do some client fact findings, client qualification, and see if you're able to provide the client's value. Once you do that, well, then you can now push the client up the value ladder to first get some money in your pocket, and also craft your recommendation and how you're going to implement the different change here. So this this second step on the ladder will help you to put that some money in your pockets. So down the line, once you want to push the client up the value ladder, uh, let's say for a hourly package rate, the whole idea is that give you much more time and money to go deeper into their service and help them to fix their problems. Because at the end of the day, you want to have that as a recurring client. And also the client wants to have that, right? So after that, it is important to create a sample service agreement to make you look much more professional. And there are some key areas here that you can go with, and that is, well, the project overview, as well as the project overview, scope of the work, project timeline, terms and terminations, compensations, and agreement. So with that, okay, uh, that'll be all for this video because I just wanted to recap the fundamentals of a consultant as well as the fundamental of a consulting as well as the uh, getting started as a freelance consultant, right? So on the next video, I'm going to talk more about the section 3 and also apply that to my particular case, which is with this Shopify client that I mentioned before. And with that, well, that'll be all for today's video. Take care.